Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Chin. I was born and raised in Vancouver, and now I'm a grade 11 student at University Hill Secondary School.
Hi, my name is Peter Yang. I'm a grade 10 student from University Hill, Vancouver.
Hi guys, my name is Ted. I'm a grade 11 student from Lorbin Secondary in Vancouver, Canada.
In my meantime, I really love to go out and play sports, for example, basketball and soccer and snowboarding. So that kind of shows that I have a deep relationship with nature and really go out and have fun. I want to show people how beautiful nature can be. And the other important reason is that my mom used to work for a nature company that promotes sustainability. So I kind of connected a deep relationship with nature when I was at a very young age.
It's not just about abstract rule. It's about what has happened and what had happened and what is happening and what will happen. We need to consider what can we do as like a human being, not just as a machine. And that's why I decided to join this trip.
Since my parents immigrated here 20 years ago and I was born as a child, I'd always play out in the wild. I would touch grass literally, climb trees, chase squirrels. It was a very intimate connection between nature that I could feel. And I felt myself losing it over the years. I was too often stuck in books, stuck in videos, stuck in studying. And a lot of that pressure sort of builds inside of me. I could hardly relieve through these books, through even my parents. And as I heard the climate crisis, as we learned it in our books, I really felt a desire to see what's going out in the world. And this is what we did this time.
I believe a small step that every other human can contribute to a bigger step humanity can take so that we can make the world a more recycling and more sustainable environment to live in.
I really want to urge everyone, go out, take a look at what you have, and then try really hard to protect it. Because other people in some island nations, they're already losing that. Not that they're already losing that, they have lost that. We came out to the wild and then we look at what's happening. What saddens me is that we, here in Vancouver, here on the island, we have a lot of lush green space that many other people don't have.
I want to witness what is happening around us. I want to witness how does climate change has impacted many indigenous, many traditional cultural value and practice that is slowly diminishing. I want to preserve them, not just slowly let them nullify into nature. And that's why I joined this trip. That's all I have.
Wait, I'm just getting some money. Okay, can you hold this for me?
Indigenous peoples have been building clam gardens for at least 3,500 years. Research shows that they're 3 times more productive than wild beaches in producing clams. Members of Green Futures organization became intrigued when they came across the article, An Underwater Mystery of Canada's Coast, under the BBC travel column. Where are the 3,500-year-old clam gardens? What do they imply about the ecological sustainability of today's coastline? And how do indigenous communities understand them today? Daniel, Peter, and Ted embarked on an expedition to see the clam gardens for themselves. This spring break, the group of students, they met the sea garden manager, Eric, from Parks Canada. The beach was a closed community beach. Due to pollution from the city, and the students were not allowed to take away any shells, including the little neck and butter clams.
So yeah, it's a good thing we're here down at low tide. When you're digging for clams, it's good to have a good digging fork like this, and then we kind of go down. We try to go down usually closer to the lower tide. And what you're looking for is what they call eyes, but like the little holes in the ground, like we saw one earlier, right? It's like Parks Canada makes like strategic directions, but right now like supporting Indigenous work is like a priority of Parks Canada. We have like relationships with them, I guess. So I have a team of 2 staff, and then we work with the Hoosanish Nations here and Cowichan Nations at Moorup Island, and they come together and we work together on making decisions on what we're going to do, how we're going to take care of a clam garden, where we're going to work, what we're going to do, what we're going to focus on. where to send funding. Like we make those decisions together. So that's how that happens. There's two groups that we work with regularly, and they kind of give us information. And there's like pollution from people's houses, but then also in the ocean, the phytoalgae makes biotoxins, what they're called. So they're like naturally producing toxins in the water. And then these guys, they're filtering that all the time. So then the toxins stay in them. So that's why it's important that you like find a beach that's open, that's tested and safe. And yeah, it's more to that, but that's basically what's going on.
Also like closed for like safety.
Yeah. Some are closed because of usually pollution, or like maybe it's unsafe to be on the beach. But it's too bad because when you think about it, like in the past, this was a huge probably harvesting spot for a lot of food. Probably people came here for a long time and ate a lot of food.
Following Eric, they put the clams head up back into the sand so that they could continue to grow. But there were dark clouds and strong winds on the sea, and the group weren't sure that their days ahead would brighten up. Peter had proposed to visit the seafood market in the city, hoping to taste delicious clams and other seafood.
That's excellent.
All the shellfish at the market had indicated exact production address, fishing methods, places of origin, and consumption method.
Yep, it's just gonna take a minute. And so before you would serve it, you'll go to like, these will all out. They should. You can do this. You've been the chef along here. And then it's gonna be heavy, so take both hands, and then we're gonna pour them into this.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Yeah, you can do it. Okay, now do you want to have him carrying it out?
With the store manager, Jennifer, the students bought and cooked the clams under her guidance. And with unanimous agreement, the garlic butter clam dish that they cooked in the market's food truck was decidedly the most delicious chow they've ever tasted.
Let's see. How'd you do?
So
good.
So tasty.
So good.
The unami fare with like a bit of lemon.
It's really well. All right, let's check that one.
The powder seems to get some later.
Do eat some.
Eric told the group he could introduce a storyteller of the Saanich tribe, and they would have the opportunity to follow the storyteller and visit a real historical ecological reconstruction reserve.
You'll be seeing on Rossan, like our Saanich Chwilnuch used to live in all the Gulf Islands. Everywhere you can see, our people lived here. Hunted, fished, gathered, clams and crabs, lived off the land. We were taught that Chaos, the Creator, gave us this land and asked us to look after it. Tl'tleches in our language is the islands. That's our relatives of the deep. And we're told that Chaos stood on the mountain and they were once human beings, and he threw them in the ocean. And he told the Tl'tleches, look after your relatives. And it's us, the Chwilnuch, the people. And he told us to look after the Tl'tleches, our relatives of the deep. That's what that means, relatives of the deep, Tl'tleches. And so all the Gulf Islands, the ones you'd be going on, were once our village sites where we gathered. You see the clam beds. Usually a family or two would be responsible for the area, harvesting and taking care of it. So again, I welcome you, and I hope that you learn something from the land. And we're taught to respect the land. It provides for us, and that's our cultural teaching. This is my drum. It was gifted to me. I use it in cultural ceremonies. And today I'll be, before it goes flat, because the cold air, we usually have it inside, the cold air will actually make it go flat and it'll lose its sound. So I'm gonna share a song. So this song actually came to me in a dream. It's a protection song. It's asking all our relatives, because our beliefs are that once we cross on the other side, that we're all one spirit There's no human beings, there's no animals, there's no fish, there's no eagle. We're all one spirit. So this song is a song to ask our relatives, the four-legged, the ones that swim, the ones that fly, and my ancestors to walk with us and protect us. So this song is for you to protect you on your journey to Russell Island today.
Harvesting clams has been very important to indigenous people for thousands of years. The tradition passed down through generations upon generations. The speedboat took them to Russell Island, a restorative nature reserve not open to the public. With an invitation from the indigenous community and approval from Parks Canada, their guide led them onto the island.
Because the First Nations people built a rock wall here. It's underwater right now, but you can probably see it if you walk over there. And it's several thousand years old. They don't know the exact dates, but First Nations people say it's close to 10,000 years old. And this rock wall, by being here, protects the sand from getting washed out and going to deeper water. So it creates more habitat for the clams to grow. So more sand means more clams. And when you dig here on this beach, you actually create a better environment for the clams to grow. It creates more fluffy sand. The clams can move around a little bit more. It's just better for the whole habitat as a whole. So by digging the clams here, you actually improve the population. And when the rock wall is here, it's been shown that clams grow 3 times faster, so the population is 3 times bigger here than it is in other beaches where there's no rock wall. So this rock wall is really important for creating that ideal habitat for our clams to grow.
Across the forest to a secret shell garden, a secret white beach covered with fine particles and fragments appeared behind the floating logs. And there, right in front of them, was a real historic clam garden.
Feeding the family of woman and man. When the tide goes out, the table is set and the sea serves up her bounty blessed. Come with me while the sand's still wet.
However, it was just the start of a new journey. These marine gardens are all over the coast of British Columbia, some of which are more than 3,500 years old, older than some Egyptian pyramids. Generations and generations of the local indigenous communities protected their environment through the building of sea garden walls.
And the sea serves up her bounty blessed. Come with me while the sand's still wet. When the tide goes out, the table is set. Now I know some people whose minds get stuck. To them low tide means slime and muck. But when I go there, I'm prepared to shove. The oyster, the clam, and the gooey duck. 'Cause when the tide goes out, the table is set and the sea serves up her bounty blessed. Come with me while the sand's still wet. When the tide goes out, the table is set. I was born and raised by Georgia Strait. She's part of me and I share her fate. And all of these poisons she just can't take. We've got to stop it now before it's too late. 'Cause when the